Welcome to the Museum of Transport. This museum specialises in the preservation of buses from across Manchester, plus a few from further afield. We speak with three enthusiasts and ask about their hobby, plus talk about why bus preservation is important to people. First, we talk with volunteer Maxon, who has been volunteering for 2 years. He runs a YouTube channel with over 60,000 subscribers.
Hi, I'm Maxon. I'm a volunteer at the Museum of Transport, and I mostly do videos for the museum. So at events such as today, we've got a classic car show. I'll be doing a video of the cars leaving, and that's going to go on the museum social media and possibly even in the TV in the tea room. For as long as I can remember, really. I mean, when I was growing up, it was buses like, the Olympians, the B10Ms. So pretty much from that era of 90s buses, I've really always had an interest in them. Not sure why though, I just felt that they were cool, Well, I'm a journalist for Coach and Bus Week magazine, so I travel around England and not England, I mean the whole of the UK really, and sometimes even abroad, to cover stories of buses and coaches in the industry. So Coach and Bus Week is a weekly trade magazine, so it's not really enthusiast oriented, but being interested in the subject matter makes it a really enjoyable experience. It's the Volvo B10M, and pretty much I think it's because I grew up with it, and I have lots of fond memories, going to school on it, especially the one with the Alexander Strider body. So yeah, it's a huge part of my childhood.
We talked with Stephen, who's been a long-time enthusiast since he was young and a volunteer driver at the museum.
Hey, my name's Stephen Owen. I'm a volunteer for Manchester Museum of Transport. I've been a volunteer for, I would at least say about 20 odd years. I started as a junior member, then sort of did a little bit of it in junior time, and then things happen and you sort of drift away. But I've been back now, I would say, for 20 years. I volunteer. I do now. I'm a driver for B Network in the depot. So obviously, I'm driving buses full time in the garage. I used to be a bus driver, and now I'm volunteering doing driving at the bus museum. Well, obviously, I'm sure Maximum might show you the bus, but Wigan 57, which is in the collection in the Museum of Manchester. That was my dad used to take me. He used to work as a bus driver at Wigan Corporation, that's Greater Manchester, and he used to take me down on Saturday morning to see that very bus, and that's the bus which ignited my passion for buses. As far as I know, they're doing Stockport 97, which is the open topper. I think that's very close, and they've been doing Bury 116, which is a restoration, which has been a long-term one. I think that's coming to the end now. I think there's some more on the electric side on that one. I think there's 436, which is a very long-term one. I don't know if you've seen that one, the old Manchester one in there. But there's always little jobs going around all the place. There's little jobs to do on buses to keep them going, because they put so many on the road each year. But I reckon at the moment the newest one here will be the Trident. I think the oldest one, it's got to be one of them, like the old Manchester one, I think. Or the horse buses. They're really the old ones, and the tram. But then I think you move on to the one I think is in Manchester 28. I think that's parked in the side bit, and that's your oldest ones in the collection. Future volunteers, come. It's if you've got some spare time and you're interested in buses. You don't have to be interested in buses, because there's people in shops. There's a tea room. There's other things than just driving buses and being on the buses, but they'll find a job for you, all will fit, sort of thing. So yeah, I recommend it.
Recently, there has been a resurgence of the preservation of younger buses, and those from the early 2000s and late 1990s respectively. I talked to Aaron, who owns a 2006 Volvo bus, and the challenges and adventures involved with its preservation.
I'm Aaron. I'm owner of 69217, which is a preserved Volvo B7 RLE right Eclipse from 2006. Oh, how long have I had the bus? 3 years? I think it's 3 years now. How much? I couldn't put a number on it. It's a lot. It takes a lot of money. I mean, paint alone was probably about £1,000, undercoat and overcoat. And then obviously there's a lot of other things as well. Spare parts for seats, they can be quite expensive. Vinyls and things, they can be quite expensive to get printed as well. So it is an expensive hobby, but when it all comes together the way this has, it pays off. It's so worth it. I guess it's the same as kind of with older buses. So your older preservationists preserve the buses they preserved because it was part of their childhood, and this was part of mine. I used to go, my mum used to take me out every Saturday shopping. We'd always get on one of these, taking us into town. Used to go to school on one of these, come home from school on one of these. So it was my childhood really. Do it, but balance your money carefully. If you've not got the money to spend on the bus that month, don't spend the money on the bus that month. You've got to look after yourself. It's a brilliant hobby and I would recommend it to anyone who loves it, but you've got to remember to look after yourself as well. I'd say that's the most important thing, because if you've not got you won't have your bus in the end.
The museum hosts many events across the year, which usually include visiting buses from across the country, free bus rides on routes and museum runs to Heaton Park, Shoot Hill Interchange or Central Park Tram Stop, but also on some events they may run buses out significant to the event, such as in 2024, which marked 200 years of the first bus route, they ran out to Pendleton Church. The Transport Museum is located at the very end of Boyle Street in Cheetham Hill, Manchester. The museum is open weekends and Wednesdays throughout the year, with there being many events throughout the year as well.